For over a decade, Marvel Studios mapped its cinematic releases years in advance. But in late 2023, that meticulously planned timeline shattered. Jonathan Majors was convicted of assault and immediately fired by the studio. Shortly after his departure, the writing and directing team for the upcoming Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, exited the project. This chart illustrates the corporate vacuum. The timeline hits a dead end where Kang was meant to anchor the next 4 years. Looking at 2026, you see the solution. They scrapped the linear sequel, forcing 3 separate pathways to converge into a single event. This shift behind the scenes didn't just change the title, it reset the narrative engine for everything that follows. To see how these corporate decisions translated into the story, we must look at the 3 distinct franchise tracks the studio decided to smash together. The first track is the core Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline, crossing over with the futuristic Earth 828. The story picks up 14 months after the events of Thunderbolts. To anchor this track, the studio brought back established legacy heroes, including Chris Evans returning to the screen as Steve Rogers. The second track pulls in Earth 10005, which integrates characters from the now defunct 20th Century Fox universe. This allows Marvel to utilize actors who have played these roles for over 20 years, specifically securing Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen to lead the X-Men's arrival. To merge these properties, the directors enforced a serious tone across the production, even requiring Channing Tatum to drop the comedic, heavy Cajun accent he used for Gambit in earlier appearances. By absorbing these separate properties, Marvel integrated 2 decades of existing films and actors into a single production, expanding the cast list to include nearly every major character from the last 25 years of Marvel cinema. With 3 distinct cinematic universes narrow on a collision course, the story requires a threat severe enough to force all of these disparate heroes into a logical alliance. To build that threat, Marvel recruited the directing team of Anthony and Joe Russo, supported by writers Michael Waldron and Stephen McFeely. Their solution was to cast the actor who originally launched the MCU. Robert Downey Jr. returns to the franchise, but this time as the villain, Victor Von Doom. Downey Jr. took active control over the character's development, writing his own backstory, contributing to the armor design, and utilizing a heavy accent for the performance. By replacing the Kang arc with the franchise's founding actor, the studio traded a new antagonist for a familiar one. This uses the audience's 10-year history with Downey Jr. to create an immediate emotional stake in the film's new villain. The result is a 165-minute epic designed to lay the structural foundation for the next sequel, 2027's Secret Wars. But this release faces a significant external complication. It hits theaters on December 18, 2026, the exact same day as Legendary's Dune Part 3. Take a look at this IMAX theater. Marvel is locked out of these screens for opening weekend because Dune secured exclusive format rights globally. This infographic compares the 2 releases side by side. To bypass the lockout, Disney is engineering its own premium theater certification, which they've branded Infinity Vision. Early metrics suggest the global audience is more than ready for this massive pivot. The trailer generated 503 million views in a single day, driving $16.5 million in advance ticket sales. Between legacy casting and new theater formats, Avengers Doomsday represents a $300 million attempt to re-establish Marvel's influence over the global box office.